Charlie right now, he's real loving. He's always been a loving, caring kid his whole life. Always into stuff, wanting to help out around the house, anything from cleaning, sweeping, to help cooking, or whatever we want to do, he wants to be right there with us doing it. So it's been a blessing for that. Charlie, he was born healthy. Everything was great with him for the first 2-3 years. No problems. Then February, he became sick, throwing up some, and we were just getting concerned, so we carried him to a children's health care.
Immediately, the doctor listened to everything we had to say and said he needs a CT scan. So he got the CT scan, and within 15 minutes, we found out Charlie had a brain tumor.
We were in shock right away. We just didn't know what to do, who we needed to contact. So we started contacting and praying right away, and all our family members, everybody helped out and did whatever they could do, especially praying for us. After surgery, they did the 3 rounds high-dose chemo, and then we had another 3 rounds of high-dose chemo with stem cell transplant. And then all that worked. His spine and the brain was all clear. There was no signs of it. But then it came back about a month later.
It just hit us really, really hard.
His legs were hurting. He couldn't walk real good. Started throwing up more. So we went straight back in, and they wanted to do a scan right away. And then that's when they found the tumor.
They did an MRI just to be sure, thinking that that's not what it is. And before the MRI was even over, the doctor was at our door with the caseworker to let us know that it had came back, and he had another tumor, and this time it was in his spine.
After they found out that the tumor came back, they pretty much were in shock that a month later, after he just had a spinal scan, it was already back and already a tumor. It was about the size of half an egg.
They were there within a few minutes to talk to us. We got to talk to him for a few minutes before he went into surgery. In the beginning, Charlie had anxiety with going into the hospital. He just didn't really understand everything that was going on. I mean, how do you explain to a 4-year-old?
The only thing that was to do right away was radiation, because it was growing so fast.
God definitely prepared us for this. Back in September of last year, we both were saved and were baptized a few weeks later together. I don't know where I would be without my faith. I don't know how families go through stuff like this without their faith. And even when all of this came about, I just looked and I said, he was preparing us for this moment.
We joined Medi-Share, and then 3 months later, my son was diagnosed with cancer, brain cancer.
As far as Medi-Share goes, they've just been a huge blessing to our family. From the prayers and the phone calls and just the relief of financial burden.
Right away, after they started seeing Charlie was in the hospital for a couple of stays at a time, they were contacting us right away, checking on him, seeing what was going on, if we needed help for medicines, if we had any questions, basically, for anything. They wanted to help right away. Medi-Share is like just a big family. Right away, we could tell they cared about you. Right then, we knew we're in the right thing.
They've just, honestly, just made us worry-free with everything. He's been so brave through it all.